We're mocking from the 101 today, full 12 team PPR. Let's go ahead and get right into the video. I'm going to show you guys how I would draft, players I'll pick, all that stuff. Let's go ahead and get right into the first pick. We got first pick. I think this year's pretty easy. I'm going Justin Jefferson just because, especially the safety of him, especially he has less chance of injury in down games compared to a dude like McCaffrey, Jamar, whoever else you're looking at. Justin Jefferson has the upside of all those guys, but also a lot more safety. So I think Justin Jefferson, I'm not going to spend too much time on that. I think he's pretty just obviously the number one pick. So we're going to go ahead and take that. Moving on, I kind of like the beginning of the draft this year because you get one of those dudes. And then at the 2, I'm probably still going to get a really good running back. And I compare him with either 2 good running backs or a receiver depending on how the board falls out. But like I said, look, we already got a couple good running backs falling out. Perfect. We got Josh Jacobs falling. Like I said, that's one of these guys are going to fall to you. Probably whether it's probably not Chubb, but like Pollard, Josh Jacobs, one of those guys has a good chance of falling to you. And if they do, I think that's an obvious take. I think in Josh Jacobs, I know there's some issues and disputes with his contract and the franchise tag and stuff, and we don't really know what he's playing. But you got to take a risk on a dude because if Josh Jacobs plays, no matter who he plays for, he's going to be a really good running back. Pair him with Justin Jefferson. Now we're back up. I'm personally still not a huge QB early kind of dude. I understand that people want to do it. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Don't listen to me. This isn't advice, but this is what I do. I'm way more on just taking a risk on a dude like Anthony Richardson later in the draft and pair him with a safe dude like Geno or Danny Dimes. I'm more on board of that strategy rather than taking a guy here just because there's so much talent we can still take here. So I'm not personally looking at Mark Andrews. I like him, but for me, we either pair another running back and get a dude like Ramondre or Breece Hall probably, or Jahmyr Gibbs. I wouldn't be against Jahmyr Gibbs here. Especially in a full PPR league, getting a dude like Jahmyr Gibbs is probably on top of my board. Or we look at receiver. Out of these dudes, my favorite is probably Devontae Smith slightly over T. Higgins. So for me, it's between Devontae Smith and Jahmyr Gibbs, and normally I take running backs early, so I want to switch it up and go receiver early, and we're going to go Devontae Smith here. I think Devontae Smith is just an incredible receiver. That Eagles offense is still going to score tons of points. I don't care if he's technically the number 2 behind A.J. Brown. Between him and T. Higgins, I just like Devontae more as a safer dude, especially in a full PPR league. Devontae, is going to get receptions, so really like Devontae there. We got 2 really good receivers, good running back. Now we can start targeting another running back and maybe even another receiver here is probably what I'm looking at. Looking at running backs that are still available. I like all these top 3 dudes. Now, Josh Jacobs, we got a dude who already has some issues with contracts, so I'm not taking J.K. Dobbins. J.K. Dobbins is on the PUP. We're assuming he's on the PUP because of contract dispute and wanting a new contract, not injury. But I can't take 2 dudes with contract issues, so I'm not going to take him. So it's between Alexander Madison and Miles Sanders. I'm going to take Miles Sanders just as a safer pick. Like I said, I'm already taking a risk on Josh Jacobs, so I want the safer dude, and that's definitely Miles Sanders. So now we're back up. I want to hit probably receiver again here. Or we take Alexander Madison before the draft. No, I'm going to take receiver. I've usually been a big running back dude. I usually love taking running backs, but I need to try and start taking receivers. So I want to see how it plays out if I try and go more receiver heavy. And for this pick, it's between Amari Cooper, DJ Moore, probably those 2. I'm not really excited about taking a tight end right here. So it's between Amari Cooper and DJ Moore. We already got Devontae and Justin Jefferson, 2 dudes who are going to be lock starters. So I could take Amari Cooper, a safer dude, or I'm going to take the risk with DJ Moore because I think DJ Moore has a higher upside with Amari Cooper. I just think he has a higher upside, and I'm willing to take a more fluctuating player that DJ Moore will probably be. Amari Cooper's probably going to be more of a steady player, and DJ Moore's going to be more fluctuating up and down. And I'm willing to take that up and down when I have 2 elite receivers already in Devontae and Jefferson. That's how I'm looking at it. So we're going to take him there. And now we're kind of free to kind of go wherever we want. We got 3 receivers, 2 running backs already set up. I'm running 2 running back, 2 receiver, 1 flex. So I can kind of go wherever I want, which is what I like. And I've already got kind of steady, so I'm willing to take some risks here. Since I got that steady, I'm going to go ahead and take a tight end. I think I see Dallas Goedert staring me in the face. I'm just going to snap him up. Like I said in my last mock draft, go ahead and check that out. I was drafting from, I believe, pick 6 or 7, something like that. Dallas Goedert and Darren Waller in the 6th round are my favorite values at tight end in this entire draft class. So getting Goedert at the end of the 6th is really good. Now, running backs, I'm looking at Rachaad White. You can take a risk on Javonte Williams, David Montgomery. There's some solid dudes there. Receiver, I like Mike Williams. I like Deontay Johnson. I like JSN. There's a lot of really good receivers, but you're kind of taking a shot on a lot of these dudes with some like up and down and whatnot. So I might as well just wait and still take the same shot on dudes like Quentin Johnston or Zay Flowers later and get more of a sure thing here. And when I talk about sure things, this is tough. It's between, I don't know about Josh Jacobs because if he holds out, I need a running back. So I'm going to get a running back who I know is going to get reps in production week 1, and that's David Montgomery. He might not have the upside, which Jahmyr Gibbs there. He might not have the upside of some of the other dudes like Rachaad White and Javonte Williams, but I know he's going to get touches. And with the status of Josh Jacobs kind of up in the air, let's go ahead and get myself another second just certified point getter in David Montgomery and just kind of solidify that running back. So if Josh Jacobs for some reason doesn't start the season, I still got David Montgomery and Miles Sanders kind of start that backfield out. Moving up here in the 8th round, just keep an eye on quarterbacks. I might go Anthony Richardson. We'll see. But I definitely want to attack receiver. Like I said, I want to get some of those high upside receivers. And I love taking shots on rookies. So we're going to take a shot on Zay Flowers. Every report out of camp is that Zay Flowers has been balling. He's been unguardable. It's kind of a mess of who's going to get the production there between like Odell, Bateman, Zay Flowers, Mark Andrews, Lamar Running, J.K. Dobbins. They've got tons of different weapons. There's no like clear one. I guess Mark Andrews is a clear one, but outside of that receiving, you don't really know who the number one receiver is. I think Zay Flowers has a good chance to really take over and be the main guy on that offense. So we'll go ahead and snag him up. Now just looking at value, you know what? I know I'm higher on Anthony Richardson than others, and I'm willing to take a shot in the 9th round. A lot of people maybe aren't, but I just think like his floor, like it sounds like he's going to be the starter. His floor is just so high with just his rushing ability. He's one of the freakiest athletes coming out of the draft, and just his rushing ability is going to set a floor that I'm willing to take that risk on in the 9th round. Go ahead and make sure I secure that quarterback. Now coming up, I definitely want to attack just running back receiver. Let's just go ahead and attack some more depth these next couple of rounds. Looking at running back, I like Tyler Algier. I like Devin Singletary. I like Deontay Foreman. I did like Kendrick Miller before Alvin Kamara's suspension came out. It's only 3 games. I thought it was going to be like 6, and Kendrick Miller would really have a chance to prove himself, but 3 games makes it tough, so I'm looking at one of those 3. Or we go to receiver. Like I said, I'm just looking for the best value. Adam Thielen could be good value here. I know Adam Thielen's not a sexy pick, but he's going to be a slot receiver, number 1 guy for dude and Bryce Young. I'm going to go ahead and take Thielen. I just think he's going to be a target monster, man. A rookie quarterback wants a dude who can just get open quick and get him out. I think Bryce Young's going to target Thielen early and often, so I'm going to go ahead and take a risk on that. And then at running back, I'm going to go ahead and take Tyler Algier here. I know we're all excited about Bijan. He's an incredible running back prospect. I'm excited to see what he brings, but like Tyler Algier had a really good season last year, and I think Tyler Algier is going to be more involved than a lot of people really think, especially around the goal line. I think Tyler Algier has some chances to get that. And expecting Bijan to just be a number 1 workhorse and get every single carry, I think is a too high of expectation. I think Algier is going to be involved in a team that really wants to run the ball in Atlanta. Don't sleep on Tyler Algier because I think he definitely has some potential. Now I got 2 more picks. I want to take another young receiver. I was hoping Sky Moore made it back. He didn't. I do like Rashee Rice. It's kind of a mess in that offense, though. Like, there's never going to be a true number 1. There's like, you got Kadarius Toney, who, reports were really high until he kind of got hurt. You got Sky Moore, who people love. You got Rashee Rice. You got Justin Watson. You got Justin Ross. Like, it's just a really crowded room. I'm going to go to grab Nico Collins. I'm really high on Nico Collins, the dude who can really break out and be the number 1 receiver for Houston. Huge quarterback upgrade in C.J. Stroud over what they had in Davis Mills. Nico Collins just hasn't really had a quarterback his whole career. I mean, he's had one of the highest, like, bad throw rates out of, like, any receiver. So, like, you finally get this dude some good targets. I think he's a good receiver. He's probably going to be the number 1 in Houston. I'm excited to see what he can do, and I'm willing to take that risk. And then here I'm going to get my last quarterback. Just as I said, I got Richardson. He's going to be up and down. I want a more steady dude who I know is going to start and provide me with some work. And as much as I say that, I'm going double rookies. Because I know Bryce Young is going to start week 1. They already announced that. So he's got the beginning of the season if Richardson doesn't start. And I got 2 rookies. One of these dudes is going to be good. one of Bryce Young or Anthony Richardson is going to be good. I'm just going to get both, and I'll figure out which one's going to be really good in fantasy this year sooner or later. So that's my strategy. Like I said, you can go ahead and be safer at quarterback, but I like taking a risk at quarterback. That's just kind of always been my MO. And then we'll end the draft off with, I don't know, we either take the risk in Tank Bigsby, or we go ahead and just take the high upside risk in Rashee Rice. I'm going to go ahead and go with Rashee Rice there as just another high upside receiver. Like I said, trying to target receiver a little more. But anyways, we'll go ahead and show you my roster here. In the end, we got Anthony Richardson with Bryce Young backing him up at quarterback. We got Josh Jacobs, Miles Sanders, and David Montgomery as our three-headed running back race. Like I said, you gotta be, if you draft Josh Jacobs early, draft another safe guy like David Montgomery in the middle round so that in case Josh Jacobs doesn't start the season and he starts holding out or doing whatever, you just got to be prepared. So that's why I went and got David Montgomery. Receiver, we got Jay Jettis, Devontae Smith, DJ Moore. Love that receiving trio with Dallas Goedert starting at tight end. We got some, I went ahead and went for a lot of young talent in Zay Flowers, Algier, Bryce Young, Rashee Rice, and then some other dudes who I just think are going to have bigger roles in Adam Thielen and Nico Collins. A nice pair of big roles with big upside on the bench. Let me know what you guys thought. I'm going to go ahead and keep doing some different positions throughout the draft. Maybe I'll do like 4 or 5 next, and we'll jump to the end of the draft. Just so you guys how I kind of draft in different positions. I'll see you guys for the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Like, subscribe. Do all that stuff if you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time.